Hello everyone and welcome again to another Maverick Taylor gaming video. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to give my little overview of this game, The Outer Wilds. It came out a couple of years ago, but it completely slipped me by. So I think it might have slipped some other people by, and you know what, I just want to talk about it. It's a really cool game. So it's kind of like No Man's Sky or something. Actually, it's very different from those. Actually, I don't know why I said that. It's pure exploration. You know, there's no guns, there's no hostile mobs or anything like that. It is just pure adventure and exploration. There's this mystery. So the basis of the game is that you're stuck in a Groundhog Day style loop. And I will say, actually, right now, sorry. Major spoiler warnings. I'll try and keep it as spoiler free as possible, but there will be some, so I apologise right now. But yeah, you're stuck in this Groundhog Day style loop, and that's the basis of the game. And sort of during the loop, things change around the world, and you've basically got to discover the mystery of why this is happening, what's caused this. And as you progress through the game, you start learning secrets about things in the universe, the lore and whatnot, and it's just a fantastic game. It's extremely peaceful, I find, and yeah, there's a number of different planets you can view. They're quite small, they're surprisingly small actually. I remember when I first played it, I thought, there's not much to this game, but they're actually really deep. Like, there's so many different things that you can discover on each planet, and so many mysteries going on that it is fantastic. So, having said that though, without holding any further, let's resume my expedition, and I will give you a quick overview and show you how this game works. So, each time you set off, you wake up at a campfire. And every time that happens, you'll see now, you always see that something exploding in orbit near that planet, which I'll get to more detail later. The first ever time you go through this, you will have to go and get the launch codes and do some stuff in your home planet of Timber Hearth, which is what you can see here. But I've already got those, so I'm going to be shooting straight up into space and just viewing some of these planets for the first time. So you need to equip your suit. You will die a lot in this game, particularly if you forget to put your suit on. So yeah, let's go up into the air now and go into orbit for the first time here, shall we? Now you can see actually how small the planets do look, but there's a lot going on in each one. And one thing I do find about this game, actually, I think it's beautiful. I love the art style to it. It's fantastic, and there's so much going on in what appears to be such a small universe. So I'm heading now to the closest planet that you can have on the game. I messed up my targeting there a little bit, but it's called Ash Twin, and I'm going to be showing you sort of each planet in order, just a quick overview. Here's each planet, here's a quick, I'll go into more detail of each one later, but for now you can just see, and it does actually work more like reality, where you do have to fire your retro rockets as you're getting close to a planet. If you don't, you will just slam straight into it. As mentioned, there may not be any hostile mobs in this game, but you will die a lot. And we can see here now that I'm trying to sort out my engine and land. And here we are, we've landed. Now, the Ash Twin is a sand planet. It's completely full of sand, as you can see, but there is a mystery to it. The sand from this planet depletes. You saw that they're called the Hourglass Twins. It's in a sort of binary orbit with another small planet called the Ember Twin. And as the 22-minute process goes by, the sand drains from this planet into the Ember Twin, revealing secrets beneath the dunes. So we'll quickly now go to the next planet, the Ember Twin, and you can see there the giant sand sort of gravity well there pulling into the Ember Twin. Now the next planet is your home planet of Timber Hearth. It's a lovely Earth-like planet. You've got rivers, trees. It's quite pretty actually, but there's a lot to discover here as well. Particularly there are underground sections and numerous craters. Now this is the moon, Attlerock. This one's quite boring, if I'm honest. There's not much to discover here, but it's a very pretty place. Still, I quite like it. The next one we've got is Brittle Hollow. It's a shell. It's a completely hollow planet, as the name would indicate, and there's fascinating things to discover underneath the surface. Again, much like the Ember Twin, which has a number of caves. And we'll go now to Giant's Deep, which is an enormous planet filled with oceans, and then you have these islands, and there's a constant storm raging, and you have these little islands dotted in the ocean, and again with a lot of things to discover. This is the Interloper. It's a comet that orbits the system. It goes very far out. It's covered in ice, and again there's a number of different things to discover, but in it you discover them in different ways on each planet. Now this is the last planet, and it's the Dark Bramble. It's not really a planet as such, it's just this area, and I'm not going to say much about this because it will be a massive spoiler, so I'm just going to leave that at that. So let's get into the game proper then. So here's one aspect where I'm waking up again. Let's head back to the ship. And you want to do a lot of exploration in this game. So what I want to do now is run through sort of a bit more in depth each planet, and what you can do there, and what each planet's like, and why I like these planets, which later on explain sort of why I like this game so much, to be honest. So you can see here I'm just exploring briefly Timber Hearth. Now this is your home planet. You don't need your spacesuit for this one, but I like to take it anyway because you're able to use your booster jetpacks. Now, I like Timber Hearth. It's a very peaceful planet, and there's a lot you can discover underground on this planet, particularly with underground waterways and whatnot. And there's a number of different craters with different aspects going on as well, which is quite fun. But yeah, overall, just kind of a peaceful planet, and one of the least interesting planets in my eyes. But we will go now from here. I'm going to do them in order from closest to the sun till furthest from the sun. So from here, I'm back in my spaceship, and we will jump to the Ash Twin. So the Ash Twin, each planet has a gimmick, and the Ash Twin's gimmick is that it's a sand planet, which over time will drain, as you will see now. So there you go, it drains over time to reveal these enormous structures inside. So you've got these enormous ones on the left, which seem to be drawing some power, and then these enormous towers and bridges that it reveals underneath the sand. Which is... I find this planet initially it was kind of boring, but it does get better as time goes on. So that's the Ash Twins. Now we'll end at the Ember Twin. Now, the Ember Twin is the exact opposite. It fills up with sand. So you get a lot of these caves that you can see now, but over time they fill up with the sand from the Ash Twin. You can see here there's a giant canyon that you can access that has a lot of caves that go off in all sorts of different directions. So the problem with the Ember Twin is that if you're not quick enough, the access routes to certain points will get filled with sand, and you're done. That's it until the next rotation. You can see here, this is the exact same canyon now, filled with sand. So from here, we'll now move on to the next interesting planet, Brittle Hollow. Now, Brittle Hollow is my favourite planet. As the name would suggest, it's a hollow planet, and over the 22 minutes, its gimmick, as you can see here, bits of the planet's shell, like an eggshell, fall apart, and they fall into the centre of the planet. And you can see here, I managed to capture some on footage. This is the inside. This is what's great about this planet. There's loads of roads and pathways on the inside, but bits do fall off over time. And then they head into the black hole that's at the centre of this planet, which you can also fall into, by the way, which is quite a fun experience. But I love this planet. It's my favourite of all of them. It changes so dramatically over time, and sometimes you'll get aspects like this where a bit of the surface has fallen off and then it's actually smashed through the bridge. So you have to be careful in navigating this planet, but I find it quite fun. So next up we have my second favourite, Giant's Deep, an enormous planet covered in an ocean with, as you can probably see from the atmosphere, raging storms going constantly. Now, obviously from here as well, you can see whatever that thing was orbiting Giant's Deep. That's what you saw as you wake up. Every time you wake up, you see that doing something. Another mystery that you have to kind of solve in this game. What is it? What's it for? What was its purpose? Who built it? But Giant's Deep has its own gimmick. There are, as I say, raging storms, and I just love the look of this planet as well. I think as you come in through, look at that. I think it looks beautiful. But yeah, the islands on this planet are floating, which means they can get caught by these storms, as you will now see. And the tornadoes, are they tornadoes? Are they still tornadoes if they're over water? Water sprouts? Oh, whatever. Suck the islands and throw them into space. I nearly crashed there, and so you have to be careful of that because you will be thrown into space with it. There goes another one, and I believe every island can do that, and it can be very dangerous if you're not secure when you're on these islands or in your spaceship. But yeah, I enjoy this planet. I think visually it's really cool, and there's a lot more than you think to explore here, considering how little area there actually is in this planet. And I nearly get killed here by that falling on me. As I've mentioned several times, you die a lot in this game. Well, I do anyway. So yeah, there are a couple of other places you can visit, but I'm not going to talk about them because they will be enormous spoilers, and I don't want to ruin it for anyone who may see this video and think, huh, that looks like a fun game to play. But yeah, so there's my summary. I thoroughly enjoy this game. The music is fantastic, the setting is fantastic, graphically it's just got such a lovely visual to it, and all the planets are so interesting and intricate, and there's clearly been a lot of work put into it, and just the mystery, something I haven't talked about, the story is so clever, and the way you slowly and methodically unlock things as you're going along. Firstly, you'll go to each planet and you'll discover all sorts of things, and then eventually you'll put it all together and the mysteries will start making sense, and it's very methodical, and it's very good in how it slowly unlocks those things for you, and it's actually very clever and actually really interesting as well. So it's currently, I believe, about 20 quid on Steam, and if you've got the money, I'll definitely say give it a go if you're into this sort of thing. It really is such a great game, and I just wanted to showcase it a little bit and showcase all the different places you can go, because this one slipped me by a little bit. But yeah, so it's great for exploration, it's great for just some peacefulness if you want that, but still being able to have something to do. But I did mention actually on this game that you can die quite a lot, and you will. Like, it's a surprisingly difficult game, and you will, or I do anyway, constantly get destroyed by natural hazards. And even whilst filming footage for this video, I died many times by getting killed by sand, for example. And I do feel like I should have the Benny Hill theme tune going on here, just in the background to showcase my own stupidity, but you can hit the ground too hard, and it's difficult. It is actually a surprisingly difficult game, particularly with the way it resets time constantly, that you can end up getting interrupted whilst trying to solve some of the puzzles in it, because there are a few puzzles going on about how to get places, how to activate things. So I won't go too deep, but it's more involved than you think it is to start with. That'll be it from me today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. I'm actually really excited about this game. I'm excited about this video as well. It's my first non-Kerbal video. I'm planning to expand outwards from that and go more into this sort of quick review. Not even really review, just my opinion about this game. And I really enjoy this game. There's not many downsides to it, to be honest, and it's just really fun to play and quite intriguing as well. But yeah, if you like this sort of content from me, like and subscribe, it really does help. I'm a new channel, I only have a few subscribers, but yeah, so any support is great, to be honest. I really like engaging with the people who do watch my videos. But for me though, I think that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I am really excited about the future of this channel and where we're going to go. But as it appears, even my footage is telling me I need to go now, which is amusing, of course, because I edited this video myself, so I'm telling myself to go. I'm getting bored of my own voice. But sorry guys, thank you very much for watching though. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe.